Hey everyone, just giving a little update on my Traeger Pro 575. Lately I've been having a little trouble getting it started. It's been taking about 15-20 minutes to get started, and been talking to Traeger a little bit, and they suggested that I possibly check to make sure it's been cleaned out, the fire pot obviously, but possibly moving the hot rod out a little bit. You can see that it's pretty well protected in there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hot rod and slide it into the fire pot a little bit more to hopefully get a little bit better pellets on there when it starts up. Hopefully we can get it started a little bit quicker than 15 or 20 minutes, because what was happening is it would get started, and once it did finally light, there was a lot of pellets in there that were not lit, and it would run up to 505 or 600 degrees, and then it would give me the high temp sensor and shut the grill down. So I'm going to walk you through on how to do this. If you're having troubles with this might be something to look at. I will say that my fire pot is clean now, but just remember to keep that cleaned out. That's a good way to make sure your Traeger's running good. Should look like this after it's cleaned out. If it's half full of, pellet ash or anything like that, you will not be able to get it started either. So keep it clean. Happy Traeger is a clean Traeger. All right, first things first, you got to take your heat deflector and your drip pan out so you'll have access to the fire pot. And the next thing you're going to do is these little wing nuts right here and here, you're going to take those out. Okay, so now we have the bolts out, and we're just going to give this a little pull this way to get this fire pot out. Give it a little turn, and it should just kind of work itself out. Okay, so now you've got your hot rod. This is part of the fire can here, fire pot. Underneath here you have a set screw. That's going to be really important. That's going to be able to move this back and forth, so we're just going to loosen that up a little bit, slide the hot rod into the fire pot a little bit more, tighten it back up, and then just do this process in reverse. Okay, so we're just going to loosen this up. Just a little bit there. Slide it in. I'm going to put it in about in between 1/4 and 1/2 inch, probably somewhere in there. Right now it's about 1/8, and that just wasn't cutting it. So I'm going to move it, tighten it down a little bit, and slide it back in. And let me show you what this looks like now. So there is the hot rod sticking out. You can see that shiny part of it's the part sticking out more. And I think this is going to work a lot better, so we'll give it a shot. Now that we got the hot rod back where we want it, just put the little wing nuts back in and repeat this process, and we should be good to go. Okay, here we go. We're going to start it up. I will say it's about 30 degrees with a 15-mile-an-hour wind, so it is quite chilly. And we're going to get it going here. Hit ignite. And hopefully this thing gets going here in a more reasonable time. Should take about 5 minutes for it to start, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we are at about the 8-minute mark. And that's about right. It is not ignited yet, so we'll give it another minute or so and we'll see what happens. Okay, about minute 10 we were able to get a fire established, so I think we're doing a lot better. I don't know if you can see any of the smoke coming out. Should gain heat rapidly. All right, 15 minutes in and it looks like we're running good, so I think that did it. So if you're having trouble with your Traeger grill and it's taking way too long to start, might need to move that hot rod out a little bit And again, always keep your fire pot clean of any ash and debris. So keep it clean regularly, and if that still isn't working, move that hot rod out to about 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch into the fire pot. Thanks for watching.